and hello and welcome to the 104th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free every Wednesday in audio format on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast directories, and in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at createforsanity.com, where you can listen to episodes, subscribe for behind-the-scenes news, read rad articles, and buy sick t-shirts from our shop. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Double-Ass Bass.
Oi! Double ass bass. I like that.
God, I've been holding that in since I went over to go and focus.
I was about to say you were way too quick on the draw on that one. You must have been waiting for that.
Well, I was fixing the focus on the camera. I was like, oh shit, I haven't thought of anything for that. And then just the first thing that popped in my brain was just double ass bass.
I'm imagining myself with just two asses, you know?
Just 4 cheeks.
That would be fun. Would they be side by side or on top of each other?
Oh god, that's actually it sounds like horrifying to think about.
Anatomically, assuming I just had I had a Siamese twin, but the only part of the twin that was exposed was the ass, so we just had I just had 2 asses.
Oh my god.
Starting at the belly button.
It's like a Dark Souls boss or something.
Double ass bass.
Just no, but
that would be epic.
Yeah, it would be to have 2 asses. Yeah. So what's been going on?
Oh man, not much. I went to the movies last night. Went and saw a movie.
Which one?
I saw Greta. Have you seen the previews for that?
No.
It's.
Wait a minute. Is this the one with the chick who's like, oh, I found your purse or whatever?
Yeah,
okay, I know what Greta is.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about it.
It was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to ruin the movie if anybody's gonna go see it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it was a fun movie. So I reckon it's worth going to see.
Was it like
it had the girl from Kick-Ass, the played
Chloe?
Yeah,
Grace.
But she was way older now. She's an adult. It's weird.
Yeah, and her head still looks like a child's head.
Yeah, she's got a big weird baby head on top of an adult body, and it's they put lipstick on her and shit to try to make her look older.
She just doesn't.
She just doesn't.
No, I completely 100% agree. It's very strange.
What's interesting is the whole premise of the movie is that she befriends this elderly lady, and the lady turns out to be crazy or whatever. But they don't make the old lady in the movie look old enough. She looks like she's 55 or 60 or something, And they're trying to make her out to be this pitiful old lady at the beginning of the movie. It's no, she did.
You're 25, Sarah.
I was I'm sorry, she does not look old enough for me to be oh man.
So for both of them, maybe that's they were trying to,
Maybe they were trying to yeah, I bet you're right. I bet they were trying to make her look older by making the old person look younger.
Yeah, and this is no, offense against Chloe Grace or whatever, because she's a great actress.
Oh yeah, she did a wonderful job. But that whole movie was actually really good. She just young looking.
That's what I'm saying. They need to put her in roles where she looks the part.
Yeah,
she'd
make a great high schooler in just about any
literally
show.
Anything.
Yeah,
even maybe 8th grade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could. I mean, seriously, if you really wanted to, you pull it off. You put her in some clothes, give her a backpack.
That is very strange.
A bow in her hair or some shit.
A bow in her hair. Is that what 8th graders do?
I don't know, man. Just trying to make her look younger, you know what I mean?
She just rolls up and on some big wheels,
eat a huge lollipop or some shit. She's got one of those hats with a fan on top,
Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if I watched anything interesting since the last time we spoke, and I did. I watched ScoobyDoo, the 13th Ghost.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, remember that movie 13 Ghosts?
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I thought of instantly when I saw this. And funny enough, Matthew Lillard does Shaggy's voice in this movie.
Sure.
This direct to DVD
If Matthew Lillard's not doing Shaggy's voice, therethere's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At least in modern ScoobyDoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
know?
He is the new...
After the live action, he is Shaggy.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
And it's weird, but it is. And the thing about it...
Before that movie, he was the guy from Scream to me. And after that movie, he was Shaggy.
He was the guy from Scream, but also the guy from SLC Punk. And
yeah.
Like, that's just the way I saw him.
I just always think about Scream. When I think about that guy, I think about Shaggy, and I think about the end of Scream 1, where they're like,
my
walking
mom's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
that character. But, yeah, I was gonna say, great film. Great. Scooby-Doo and the 13th Ghost. It's just good old-fashioned fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is.
Is it like a new movie?
Yeah, you know how they did like Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island and like the cyber chase and all that stuff? They're still doing those. And this one,
Really?
Had Matthew Lillard in it. And like they all have like their unique little like thing that...
Was it like, did it kind of have like a classic Scooby-Doo vibe?
It very classic Scooby-Doo. Like not very, very classic, but like more like What's New Scooby-Doo, which was like around, kind of my favorite
Acceptable,
shit.
yeah, for sure.
That and then like the movies, like it felt like Zombie Island, like it kind of had that high quality
Bro,
feel.
I loved Scooby-Doo as a kid.
Oh yeah, dude, me too. It's crazy. Like the past couple nights, like because I've had to work pretty late or like something would happen and I don't get to like chill out till like almost 10 or 11 o'clock.
Dude, that's what's been happening to me lately.
Really?
Like, yeah, I've just been like, everything's been holding me back, and I finally get to chill, and it's like, I gotta go to bed in like 3 hours.
I know, I fucking hate it. But it's given me the chance to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna watch me some Scooby-Doo.
Hell
so
yeah,
like,
dude.
Sometimes I just do that shit. So I was just like laying there, we put it on, and like, I just fall asleep like halfway through it, but not because I don't want to watch it. Like, I was straining to keep my eyes open because it was just great, like not that. And this is all personal, guys. I don't think anybody is going to be like, dude, this is a fantastic film. Like, I just enjoy it. It's the feeling I get from watching it.
You know what I want to see that supposedly is really good? I want to see that SpiderMan Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Dude, if I hear another person tell me it's the greatest goddamn movie
that's what I'm
happened.
saying. Everybody said it's like fucking excellent. So, I mean, I gotta watch it. I mean, I like Spider-Man too, so it's like a win-win here.
I even like on the front page of Reddit, somebody had posted, it was like that. It's like, I haven't watched a movie in a long time that gives you that feeling of like that you just want to be in it or whatever. Like, and apparently Into the Spider-Verse was like that for him.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say it's like one of the not just like the best Spider-Man movie ever, but like one of the best movies this year.
I gotta watch it, dude.
Yeah.
Well, let's watch it and review it.
We should.
You just come back, we're like, dude, that fucking movie sucked.
I have my hopes set pretty high, so if it does suck, or if it's even remotely like
not great,
I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Give it 2 Tobey Maguires out of 5.
Out of an Andrew Garfield.
So let's jump on over to the news, unless you got something else.
No.
Okay.
No, yeah.
So let's get into the video game news. Just so you guys know, we're using articles from around the internet. Don't know if you've heard about it, but anyways, yeah, we don't claim any of the news as our own.
Nope.
We're just reading it off from different sites. So listen in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Join us on
this journey,
newsworthy journey over here.
We're just reading the news. Okay, let's start it off. A little bit of news that I didn't write about, but everybody was posting about before we started. So the Master Chief Collection, the Halo Master Chief Collection, is coming to PC, and it's adding Reach to the bundle there.
Woo.
Yeah,
that is that's cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
So excited, but there's not.
I'm surprised they didn't add 5. Is 5 already on there? I don't think so.
No,
they need to add 5. That would make a lot more sense, right?
No, 5 sucked ass.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the collection. Wouldn't you want all the numbered Halos on there? I mean, like, wouldn't it just make sense? Like, let's not even think about the game,
but Reach
and how the game is or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it just would make sense for 5 to be in the game in the collection.
I think it will eventually. It will come to it.
You think it's just too new, or it's not even new though. It's like old as fuck.
I think once Infinite, I think once Infinite comes out, they'll put it on there, and it'll be like the Master Chief Collection, which is like classic Halo, and then you have the new games as service, possibly like, which actually is one of the things we're going to talk about today. But anyways, yeah, there's no release date yet for the PC Halo Master Chief Collection, but it's coming. So
cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
What you got?
So this is one you're not going to find on any of your major news sources. This is straight from the Brent's mouth here.
So is this like some like Alex Jones type shit?
This is just me taking credit for this news.
Okay.
I'm bringing it to you fresh from my own discoveries in the world of PlayStation.
What did you find out?
Borderlands VR, bro.
What about it?
The game.
What's
that game, Borderlands VR, bro.
I didn't know it was a game. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't.
They've added aim controller support, bro. The one thing everybody has been wanting. Now you can use your little plastic gun to play Borderlands VR, which is fucking sick.
Does it play good? Does it feel good?
I honestly, this is gonna make you so sad because it makes me sad every second of every day. But as it stands right now, living with my parents, I don't have enough space to play VR.
Honestly, you say this in the sadness, but I feel like there's like people listening to this that are like, thank God. No, Brent's been brought back to reality. No, I feel bad for you, man. I know VR is where you like to kick it.
It's pretty sad, man. I just want to play it so bad. All I want to do is play Borderlands and try this out, and I can't even do it.
But think about it, man. When you do get to go back on it, it's gonna be that much better.
Actually, I have been thinking about that, and it makes me happy.
You'll have to get your sea legs again.
Yeah, I really am. I've determined that when I finally get my like new house set up, I'm going to dedicate a whole room to like gaming, and it's going to be like I'm going to have a big VR space in it. You know what I mean?
Dude.
I'm going to make like a duct tape square on the floor so I can like run around in a little play area that I have set up. It's going to be sick. So
how will you see the duct tape, though?
I'll feel it with my feet.
Oh, okay. What the fuck, dude? You're just like getting some fucking Karate Kid shit over there?
Dude, no, I do.
I'll sense it in my body.
Well, like, right now when I play that Creed game, like, I like to have a, like, chair behind me so I can, like, put my foot back and feel the chair and know where behind me is. You know what I mean? Because, like, sometimes you get in the little boxing match and you, like, kind of circle off to the dude's right and then you start punching him from the right side and then you, like, get behind him and suddenly you're just completely backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you just, like, stick your foot out and find the chair and you're there. You know what I mean? You know exactly where you are.
Stick your foot out, find the chair, and you're there.
Exactly.
Dude, you're becoming like a fucking like virtual reality guru or something. You're gonna be like teaching the youngins that come through.
My problem with the chair thing is like when I'm playing a game like Creed specifically, there are some situations where you want to like take a few steps backwards.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that when you got a chair behind you.
No.
You know?
I feel that. That's cool. Yeah. I like it.
It's a little bit of a pickle, but
just a little. Anyway, so the new Microsoft game development studio, The Initiative, has released a hype video that begins to explain what the company is all about. Based in Santa Monica, the studio aims to bring in talent from other nearby industries like TV, film, and music, according to studio head Daryl Gallagher, who himself is a veteran of Square Enix and Activision. As you'll see in the video, The Initiative really is a new studio that only just recently moved into an office. People often talk about joining a company at the ground floor, and it appears that's what The Initiative's at right now. The video also clarifies some of the positions its employees will hold. God of War veteran Brian Westergaard is the director of production. Drew Murray, Sunset Overdrive and Resistance 3, is a lead designer. William Archibald from 343 Industries is the technical director, and Blake Fisher from Xbox is director of world and narrative. Daniel Neuberger, who worked on Rise of the Tomb Raider, is the Initiative's game director. He says in the video that the Initiative plans to stay, quote, small, but it remains to be seen what that means in practice. Other developers in the video talk about how the initiative plans to push boundaries, challenge convention, and take risks as they make something spectacular and unique. Though they are not in the video, the initiative also hired Rockstar Games veteran Tom Shepard, while among the other high-profile hirings include Red Dead Redemption 1 writer, designer Christian Cantamessa. The initiative's website shows the company has more than a dozen open positions across a number of disciplines, including art, designer, engineering, production, and operations. So that's Xbox has got fucking like a team of just badasses just sitting there. It's like the Inglourious Bastards of video games.
This is just one of their like bajillion fucking studios they just like established. You know what I mean? Like.
This is crazy.
This isn't their only brand new studio that's about to be pumping out content. I don't know, man. I think
Xbox got it in the bag for next season, man.
Mm-hmm.
Next console cycle, unless PlayStation's just like storing up like some motherfucking, like just crazy ass dudes.
I don't know, man. I think this is what, like, honestly, I think Xbox is setting themselves up for a world that's going to be streaming. And they want people to pay for their service, I know this is all really obvious stuff,
Yeah.
But I think that's what's going on here. Because, like, it's like Netflix pumping all these monies, pumping all this pumping all these monies, pumping all this money into, like, directors and old shows that they're reviving and stuff, just like any project they can find, they're sinking their money into it because it's all,
Well, this is like something out of a movie. Like, just the way this is set up. It just doesn't seem real. It seems like rock and roll, like...
Yeah.
It's just like, we're bringing in these heavy hitters, and, like, this guy who was on Sunset Overdrive, and then he's just, like, fucking whips his hair back, and, like...
It is like a movie. It's like, I don't know.
It's got
like
all leather on.
They're bringing in the dream team to fucking...
He's, like, spinning a ball on his pinky. He's just like... The initiative is about.
It's like Suicide Squad or some shit. It's like.
But I'm down for it. Anyways, what
I'm
you
also
got?
down for that. So here we go. After a teaser trailer late last year, Pokemon Go developer Niantic has revealed more about its next AR game, Harry Potter: Wizards Unite. Co-developed by Warner Bros. Games under Portkey Games label. Wizards Unite takes Pokemon Go's foundation and puts a Wizarding World spin on it. But where Pokemon Go is largely about collecting, Wizards Unite is focused on immersing you in its world, from a voice-acted story to involved RPG-like skill trees. We recently went to Niantic's San Francisco office to learn more about Wizards Unite, which includes a hands-on demo of the game. The Pokemon Go parallels are front and center. Instead of instead of Pokestops, for example, Wizards Unite has greenhouses and inns where you can get various items. The map works the same way, but to fit the theme, crooked buildings dot the map and owls fly overhead. It also includes some of the quality of life features that Pokemon Go got over time. AR mode, a photo mode, and at least the promise of better battery life optimization. Because this is Harry Potter, though, there's a hefty story behind all this, and that's where the differences begin. Wizards Unite is set in the present day, many years after the events of the Deathly Hallows, and centers around a calamity that has been putting the wizarding world at risk. In short, everything important to the wizarding world has been scattered, and, in accordance with the International Statute of Secrecy, a law designed to protect you from blah, 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 blah. So basically, there's a story. I'm not going to go too much into it because it just goes on and tells you, like, basically the whole entire story. But there's going to be, like, all kinds of cool stuff. There's going to be, like, RPG mechanics. There's going to be, like, battling with spells. And, like, it says to do the spells, you got to, like, draw the spell faster than your opponent and, like, do it neatly and stuff. And, like, you're going to, like, go to classes and learn spells and stuff. I don't know.
Seems real.
Yeah.
Seems good. I mean...
It seems like my kind of stuff. I don't think it's going to, like, blow up like Pokemon Go did, but I'm definitely going to play it. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I think, it'll be quite magical. Sorry, Netflix today Actually, it might have been yesterday. I'm not sure. But anyways, they announced a number of new anime series.
Oh.
And one of them is a show based on Capcom's Dragon's Dogma franchise. The official synopsis for the Dragon's Dogma anime series, which is being produced by animation studio Sublimation, goes as such. Based on a world-famous action RPG set in an open world, Dragon's Dogma from Capcom will be brought to life as a Netflix original anime series. The story follows a man's journey, seeking revenge on a dragon who stole his heart. On his way, the man is brought back to life as an Arisen. An action-adventure about a man challenged by demons who present the 7 deadly sins of humans. Sublimation representative director Atsushi Koishikiwa said in a statement that the studio has for a long time dreamed about working on its own project, and now it's finally happening. Quote, "We have oftentimes worked with partner studios to create partial CGI portions within a given title, so we feel very fortunate to work with Netflix through this production line deal." But yeah.
Netflix is all about their animes, man. They're constantly
dude.
putting out animes and shit.
I'm still working on old fucking Sword Art Online.
Ah, yes.
I got like 2 more episodes in. I'm kind of like, I like it, but it gets too cheesy.
It's real
sometimes.
cheesy, dude.
Like the romance scenes between Asuna and what is his name again?
Kirito.
I can't do it. Like,
yeah, it's hella cheesy,
it's
dude.
So bad. Like, I feel like just wrong watching it. Like sometimes I have to so I'm just like, okay, I'll come back.
Yeah,
to this
I told
later.
you it gets worse.
It's just like,
dude, it gets even worse though. Like, it's still like,
Asuna, could I stay the night with you? She's like, like makes like the most ridiculous noises, and then like they go, and I'm like, are they about to do it? Is this about to happen? You know, like, because I'm invested in this relationship now. But then it turns into this anime weird thing where she's just like, they're sitting at the table, and she's like, okay, here I go, and like jumps up, and then it's just like she takes off her clothes, and he's like, Asuna, I meant I was gonna just actually stay the night. And then she's, and then she anime reacts where she knocks him out. And I'm like, okay, what is happening here? Am I supposed to actually take these characters seriously? Like this relationship seriously? Or is it supposed to be a fucking joke? Because I thought they were gonna get together and I thought they were gonna be together. I don't really care if they fuck or not, but like take it more serious. You know what I'm saying? Lives are on the line in this game. It's like no one seems to care that their lives are on the line. They're just playing the game like it's fucking whatever. Like how many people are dead? That's what I want to know. What's happening? What is happening in this?
It gets to the point eventually. It's just
Does it get to the point?
It does.
Because
it
then
really
there's
does.
like these other assholes that are like, yeah, we're the murder squad. I'm like, oh, you're going around and murdering people? Like you do realize, and everyone in this game realizes that everyone who dies in the game dies in real life.
They're murdering people so they can get their loot, so they can like be closer to victory, dude.
They don't even say that. They don't say that.
I mean, think
You're
about it.
You're alluding to
logically.
that. You're making that logical
Why
step.
else would they just be killing people,
Because they're the murder squad. Not because
they don't just murder for the sake of murdering. I mean, sure, they're like sociopaths.
Are you kidding me?
But
he's like, oh, so like, what was he saying? When he was like, no, you're not supposed to tell him, or whatever, because he's like, if you give it to us, we won't kill you, or whatever. And he's like, okay, and then he's like, actually, we're gonna kill you. And he's like, come on, man. He's like, I want to surprise him like the last guy, or whatever. I'm like, they're just fucking killers, and.
Well, maybe they get XP if they kill them.
I think they're just killers, dude. Quit defending this murder squad. It's like the exact opposite of Suicide Squad. Or whatever the fuck.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, anyways,
is it your
sorry.
turn? Is it my turn?
No, it's you.
Okay. So
Asuna.
So we got Respawn Entertainment is not taking the matter of Apex Legends cheaters lightly.
No.
For a game that is played exclusively online and brings together 60 players for each match, the potential for cheating ruining the experience is a real problem. Respawn has its ban hammer out and ready to go, as the developers confirmed in a Reddit post that as of March 8th, it has banned more than 355,000 players on PC alone. Yeah.
That's PC, though.
Yeah, just on PC. Respawn uses the easy anti-cheat tools for the PC version of the Battle Royale game. It's working to some extent, but Respawn acknowledged that fighting against cheaters is an ongoing war. It goes on and talks about consoles and stuff, but, you know, the main point of this story is
people are cheating.
If you cheating, they gonna get you.
You getting a beat.
They've already got almost 500,000 people. So don't be cheating.
Yeah, I agree. Don't be a cheater.
Yeah.
You suck. Anyways, Bethesda has announced the first piece of its 3-part 2019 roadmap for Fallout 76 is delayed. Don't worry, though. It's only been delayed by 1 day.
Oh, good.
Quote, "We are moving the release of Wild Appalachia back 1 day on all platforms," Bethesda tweeted. "We just need a little more time to brew. Experience the new quest, crafting station, and much more starting now on March 13th. So by the day this goes up.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm actually kind of excited. I really hope that this puts a little more life into the game. You know what I mean? It's going to add 2 quests, which I feel like is a little whack. Like, I feel like they should add way more than that, but, you know.
How long do quests usually last?
In the game? Just as long as, like, any other Fallout game. You know what I mean?
So, like, not even an hour?
Not very long. But, I mean, you know, I'm thinking these quests aren't going to just be your normal quest. Obviously, if they're only going to put 2 of them, maybe it'll be something like the DLC for, like, Fallout 3 or New Vegas, where it's, like, kind of like Mothership Zeta, for example. It's basically one long quest, like, escape the mothership. But it's, like, 4 or 5 hours of content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hopefully, it better be. I mean, people are dying out here.
I really hope so. I mean, I'm itching for an excuse to jump back into Fallout 76, but so far, I just don't have one. You know?
Yeah, no excuses. What you got?
Let's see. We have a hamster ball type vehicle coming to Fortnite.
Cool.
Here, I'll do another one because that was kind of bullshit. Let's see.
Sweet.
Here's another one for you. I will save you the big long spiel on this one, but basically all of the lawsuits retaining to Fortnite's stealing of dance moves have been dropped.
Damn, that was quick.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Fortnite ain't playing.
They're
what they
not
probably
playing.
did.
Well, actually, what happened was most of these cases were being handled by the same law firm, you know? And
okay.
The judge ruled in favor of, like, you can't copyright or trademark, etc. Yeah.
And they didn't even call it the same.
And not to mention, the Carlton trademark got denied. The patent place that he filed, you know how he had like a patent pending or whatever?
Yeah,
it was
they denied it.
Yeah,
because it's a dance move.
So basically, you know, they're like, you guys, you can't sue Fortnite for this. So
capitalism wins again. Anyways, a former Activision creative higher up pitched the company on a new IP, but the Call of Duty publisher didn't go for it. Glenn Schofield, the Dead Space co-creator who later established Call of Duty World War II studio Sledgehammer Games, spoke about this in a new interview for what appears to be the first time. He said, "Did a little prototype for them. They didn't go for it, but they should have," Schofield told Game Informer. Schofield pitched this new game, which he didn't share any more details on after he left Sledgehammer to take a position at Activision headquarters. The Sledgehammer's other founder, Michael Condrey, moved to Activision corporate as well. Schofield teased that Condrey was working on something for Activision while he was spending his own time working on new game ideas. So, basically, Activision was like, no, we're still making money out this Call of Duty.
So he's got this own idea and he's going to go do his own thing with it? Or? No? He
just mentioned that he was working on something that he pitched it to them. This is the guy who, you know, worked on co-creator of Dead Space.
Right.
And whatnot.
That one guy, yeah. We talked about this guy a little while ago recently. Probably about this.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time he's acknowledged that he did give them a prototype. I wonder what it would have been. It's sad to know that, we'll never know. Or we might know. Maybe like 10 years on YouTube, something will pop up.
Yeah. Speaking of Dead Space, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Anyways, what you got?
PAX Australia organizers have announced the dates for this year's show. The annual event will take place October 11th to the 13th at the Melbourne Convention Center.
Sweet. One thing we need to talk about news-wise, I forgot to mention, EA has backed out of E3 now. There will be no conference.
I seen that.
And so, but
ain't nobody like them anyway. No, I'm just kidding.
They'll still be doing their, like, what's it called? Like, play something, EA Play or something.
They'll have, like, games on the show floor.
Yeah, it's like, maybe it's EA Playground. I don't remember what it's called. I think they'll have stuff on the floor and basically, like, live videos around E3, just not at E3.
I think this is less a knock on E3 and more we're at a point in, like, the industry games-wise where it's like we're about to have this new consoles, we're about to have a whole new generation of shit. I think these, game studios don't really want to just go apeshit making games when they know that they're, like, have a whole new system they need to be working on, basically. Like, They might as well be putting their eggs in the next generation basket at this point. Yeah, because it's going to take them X amount of years to develop this shit anyways. You know what I mean? Like, so...
Yeah. I could see that. I don't know. I guess hopefully we'll see Microsoft just knock this shit out of the park with some crazy shit no one's expecting. But then again, I don't want to get my hopes up.
I'm okay with this being like the Microsoft show too. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care. I feel like Microsoft has some shit they're about to tell us, dude. Like I really do. Like
they're about to dunk on us, dude. So hard.
Let's see. Here, this one's kind of relevant. Following the news today that Electronic Arts will not have a traditional press conference at E3 this year, indie game publisher Devolver Digital quickly chimed in to confirm that it will have a press conference this year.
Sweet. Well, we were all worried about it when EA dropped out.
Oh no, they're hilarious, dude. Their fucking press conferences are like probably the best in all of the fucking.
I agree, but
they
it's
have
still
like a little
so
15-minute just like insane fucking conference. Like
they're the ones that did the Rick and Morty stuff, right?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't think so.
I thought so.
No, I don't know.
Okay, I could be wrong.
They did like Serious Sam and shit like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say also, we talked about it last week, being like, oh, hopefully we'll see it at E3. But Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is going to be revealed at Star Wars Celebration, so which is before E3.
Dope.
And not like I think it's this month. Even it might be.
Are you serious? Dude, that's the game I'm excited about. Honestly, dude, like I've kind of been in a slump lately. Like I played, God of War and Red Dead, and they were so good. And it's like now I've been picking up a few games lately, and it's like I can't get into it. It's like I'm spoiled to these like excellent games. So now I'm just like, I need excellence in my games.
I agree. So Star Wars Celebration is April 11th through the 15th. So
and see, that's something I can get into. I love Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So like that's a topic I can get behind, and I really think I'd be into. I'm excited about this one.
I think what'll happen is they'll reveal it, give it a release date of like late fall or like maybe even around the holidays. And then we'll see more of it at E3, like just see like some
gameplay and stuff.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Maybe. Oh wait, no, EA's not gonna be there. Never mind.
Well, they'll have some games on the floor, I'm sure.
That's true, but
just like Nintendo's not gonna be there, but they'll definitely have games
to
play there at E3 floor. I bet.
Nintendo Erect. I had to think about it for a second.
Jeez.
Okay, anyways, what you got?
Larry Major Nelson Erb has announced that Crackdown 2 is now Xbox One backwards compatible. The game is now also free on the Xbox Live Store. With this announcement, you can now own the entire Crackdown trilogy without spending a dime, provided you already have a subscription to Xbox Game Pass. Prior to the release of the third game, the original Crackdown was made free on Xbox Live Marketplace, and Crackdown 3 is included in the list of games on Game Pass.
Sweet. So you got the whole trill.
Yeah, the whole trill. And it's really not a bad little series, you know, especially if you're just bored as fuck and you don't have any money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Valve has laid off a number of designers from its Artifact team, including Scaff Elias and lead designer Richard Garfield.
Damn.
Both were considered contractors under their consulting firm, Three Donkeys. In an email exchange with Artifact fan site Artibuff, Garfield, how many people are there? You think it's just one guy on the Artifact fan site?
That's a good question.
It's like, don't end it. It says,
no!
But Garfield said the decision made sense. We aren't surprised by the layoff, considering how rocky the launch was. This is that game that when it dropped, right? This is the one
that was supposed to compete with like Hearthstone and shit, right? Or this was like Valve's answer to that. This was like their card game, like Fable Legends or Gwent, or you know what I mean?
This is the one that like after it came out, like within a week, it had dropped in like 90%. This is the one it dropped to 90% of its users or players,
right? Player
base, my bad. Users.
People just need to stop making these fucking card games, dude.
Yeah, or just make something different.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. They need to stop it.
Yeah, but the thing is I feel like the card games aren't a bad idea. I think that just basing a card game around like an already established thing is a good idea, but it has to be something that people truly care about.
You know what was a fun card game? There was like this Metal Gear Solid game on PSP. And, like, you got, like, cards, and you, like, played your cards to make Snake move, and, like, you had...
That was Acid, right?
Maybe it was.
Metal Gear Acid.
It was a lot of fun. Whatever it was, I played the fuck out of it, dude. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a dope game.
Let's see. So, wait a minute. Yeah, here we go. Sony has revealed the list of last month's best-selling PS4 games on PSN. February was packed with high-profile releases, from Far Cry New Dawn to Metro Exodus, but it was BioWare's cooperative RPG shooter Anthem that took the top spot in both North America and Europe. Despite its rocky launch, Anthem has similarly been performing well at retail, at least in the UK. It debuted at number 1 in the region and managed to hold that position for the week ending March 2nd. Taking the runner-up spot in North America was Bandai Namco's crossover fighting game Jump Force. Meanwhile, Grand Theft Auto 5 continues to defy the specter of age, coming in at number 2 in Europe and rounding out the top 3 in North America. February also saw the surprise release of Apex Legends, the new Battle Royale game from Titanfall developer Respawn. It is similarly off to a strong start, dethroning the genre's reigning champion, Fortnite, on the free-to-play charts. Epic's Battle Royale game dropped to number 3 last month, while another Battle Royale game, Realm Royale, took number 2.
Wait, what the fuck is Realm Royale?
I don't know, dude. It's coming up out of nowhere, dog.
I've never even heard of that.
I'm gonna go download it just to see what it's about.
What the fuck? Dude, poor Fortnite.
I know. Down to 3, bro.
You just gotta quit dancing and start playing games, dude.
It's a shame. I don't know. They're not doing anything wrong. Like their game just gets better and better, but it's still just
people are bored.
It is. I mean, there's only so much Fortnite you can play.
Yeah, I like the first person shooter stuff better.
True. I like to alternate. I play a little bit of both. I really do.
I think that might be the case. Maybe people just got a little too much Fortnite, so they're gonna leave for a little bit and then it's gonna come back, and be steady.
I mean, I've played Fortnite a few times since then. I honestly do prefer Apex. I'm better at Apex. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is.
Feels more intuitive to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge over the shoulder like third person shooter kind of guy.
I feel like there are perks to it, like
seeing.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Anyways, so Halo Infinite appears primed to get its big debut at E3 2019, but it may be a very different kind of game. Comments from Kiki Wolfkill, the head of Halo Transmedia at 343, has added more reason to believe that the studio is imagining this as an ongoing game or live service. Quote, "We have to be able to change content quickly."
Because it's all going to be part of the massive Xbox streaming thing later in the fucking future. I'm telling you. That's what they're alluding to.
Well, Wolfkill said at Fortune's Brainstorm Design Conference, "We can't afford to wait 3 years every time we drop a new product and have it be a black box because the games kids are playing are changing every week." Wolfkill also referenced having a set of rules that people can engage with and buy into for years to come. So I like that idea. Mm-hmm. So like it's like, Battle Royale's not interesting anymore, and now we're playing this weird, whatever type of mode. We're just gonna add that mode to fucking Halo Infinite.
That's cool. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's like you just have a game forever. You know what I'm saying?
I just hope they don't lose sight of like the story mode. You know what I mean? Like that's important.
They just take the Halo, and just turn it into like fucking dubstep.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, I like that song.
Let's see. Games tech company. Excuse me.
That's a cool company.
Yep, that's the best company. Games tech company Improbable has announced it is venturing into game development with 2 newly created studios in London and Edmonton, the latter of which is being headed up by former BioWare veteran Aaron Flynn. In a press release, the company says that the studios are working on online multiplayer games powered by its Spatial OS platform. Flynn worked at BioWare for 11 years and served as the company's general manager from 2015 to 2017. During his tenure there, he oversaw the development of Mass Effect and Dragon Age franchises, as well as Star Wars The Old Republic. He joined Improbable as the general manager of its North American games business in September of 2018.
Oi. I like all of that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a real good BioWare game.
Or just some kind of dope fucking, like, RPG that has that BioWare soul in it.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it says on here they're going to focus on multiplayer online games, but, I bet that's not the only thing they'll do. You know what I mean? Like...
It's sad. Remember Blockbuster, dude?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this retail chain where you could rent movies and video games, it went bankrupt in 2013 and closed all of its U.S. stores and 72 other UK stores the following year.
Are we still talking about Blockbuster?
Yeah. After gutting the business nearly 5 years ago, only one blue and yellow store is left standing on the entire planet Earth. As CNN reports, the Bend, Oregon Blockbuster is the last one left after the only other store located in Morley, Australia, announced it'll close its doors on March 31st.
Oh, fuck. That's sad, dude.
According to a picture posted to the official Blockbuster Morley Facebook account, the last day of renting was March 7th, with a huge sale happening on March 8th. They said...
fuck, I need to go... Shit, I bet they got a dope sale going on up there, man.
We could just go to Oregon.
Yeah.
Bend, Oregon?
Yeah, but they don't have the sale going on in Oregon.
No, they don't. Yeah, but...
We just fly all the way out there to go...
The general manager expressed her unflinching sadness at the news. Quote, "We all have a kinship with the other Blockbusters," Harding said. She's excited that her store's the only one remaining, though. She's got to be some level of prestige. There's got to be some level of prestige that comes with being the only Blockbuster left on the planet.
Dude, fuck yeah. You're like a relic, man. Yeah. Like, that'd be like if all the McDonald's disappeared over the next 3 years and there was one McDonald's on Earth left.
And it had like N64s in its play place.
Yes,
oh
dude.
My God, dude. I miss those. Anyways.
Let's see. March 8th was International Women's Day, a celebration of the many influential and inspiring women around the world. To mark the occasion, Sony has released a free International Women's Day PS4 theme featuring some of the iconic female leads from the PlayStation games, new and old.
Nice.
So, you want a free theme. Check that out.
Full of ladies.
Full of ladies.
This is terrible. No, but for good reasons. Good reasons to have them.
Yeah, for
okay,
sure.
but anyways,
Want a theme with some fine bitches? No, I'm just kidding. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's a good thing we don't have a bunch of
Empowering
listeners.
the holes. No, that's horrible.
Empowering.
It's like what's that? Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Bill Gluckman's down with the bitches and hoes.
I was gonna say, this isn't news because I'm done with news. But so the Great Mighty Poo, the guy who did the voice for the Great Mighty Poo, and Chris Seaver, the creator of Conker's Bad Fur Day, both liked one of my posts. And now I just had to say that. I just had to brag about that.
What was your post?
It was me explaining to people. I posted it a while back whenever they put out their game, Rusty Pup or whatever. And I was like telling people, I was like, buy this game so they can fund the spiritual successor to Conker's Bad Fur Day. Or like the spiritual 3 or whatever, the third. And like they liked it. I was like, hell yeah.
Nice.
I was like, buy this game.
That's sweet.
Yeah, now they need to come on the show.
Dude.
And I want them to sing the Great Mighty Poo on our show. Yes.
That would be excellent.
It would be. Anyways.
Let's see. Octopath Traveler is getting a prequel for iOS and Android devices called the Octopath Traveler Conquerors of the Continent. Square Enix has announced. The first trailer, which you can watch on GameSpot's website, shows that the mobile game will retain the striking HD 2D visual style that served as one of the main draws for the Nintendo Switch version. Although details on Octopath Traveler Conquerors of the Continent are scant, it has been confirmed that the game will take place before the events of the Switch title, with 3 characters that have unique stories. This formats the distinct campaigns that were tied to Octopath Traveler's cast of heroes. Octopath Traveler Conquerors of the Continent is expected to launch for iOS and Android in Japan in 2019 and is free to play. Square Enix has not yet confirmed how it will monetize the game.
Cool.
Cool.
I like it.
Oh, you said you're done with news?
Yeah,
Here,
yeah,
I'll
you
keep
just keep it going.
All right, let's see. Battlefield 5's Battle Royale mode Firestorm has leaked online ahead of its release this spring. What appears to be the mode's tutorial video has appeared online, and it actually looks really good.
Does it?
It really does. It's interesting putting it in like a World War I or II setting or whatever.
That's gonna be
you
cool.
know, it looks really fun. I don't know. I'm all about it.
It's got like the classic weapons and stuff.
Yeah. It's got all the like old school M1 Grands and shit.
Oh my god!
I think that would be sweet for a battle royale mode.
Hell yeah! How are they gonna do this stuff with adding attachments to your weapon and stuff like that? It's gonna be weird.
I don't know. That's a good question. They might not even have that.
That would be crazy. That'd be a first. So you're dropping in with what if you drop in as a class already? That might be weird.
I don't know. The little tutorial, you should watch the video. It looks interesting. Like they said something about how you can get to certain points and radio for like ordnance, and they'll drop you vehicles and shit and
Oh, nice.
But you can also have your tanks blown up by anti-tank vehicles and shit. I don't know. It was really cool looking. It looked like it looks like your typical battle royale, but with a little bit of a twist.
I like it. I like twists.
Let's see. Following the news today that Electronics Arts... Oh, wait, I already did that. Let's see. Nant G has announced the PC version of H1Z1, formerly known as H1Z1 King of the Hill, and H1Z1 before that, has been renamed Z1 Battle Royale.
Oh, God.
Also now called Z1BR for short. The title has received a patch that updates almost every aspect of the free-to-play Battle Royale game. The PS4 version of the game, still owned by its original developer Daybreak Games, which itself used to be called Sony Online Entertainment, will retain its H1Z1 moniker. Confused by all the name changing yet? No? Excellent. Okay.
Sweet. I mean,
Sweet.
I'm pretty confused. But
yeah, it's weird. So now H1Z1 is a different game on PC, pretty much.
So it's kind of like what we were saying with Halo Infinite, where they could just switch it at any given time. Mm-hmm. They're already doing it.
But would they make the PC version different than that?
No, I'm just saying, but they do it across all of them,
That's so weird. Let's see. The latest PS4 system software update is available now, and it adds a pretty cool feature. iOS users can now use their iPhones or iPads to play PS4 games using Remote Play. Yes, that includes things like Apex Legends. Version 6.5 is a mandatory 442 megabyte download, and it enables Remote Play for iOS devices, though you'll need to download the PS4 Remote Play app from the Apple App Store. The app itself is compatible with the vast majority of PS4 games, with virtual buttons and sticks appearing on the iOS device screen, though you may find a Bluetooth gamepad allows for greater control.
Yeah, but how does that work? Like, how far can you take your iPad
I don't know.
away?
I was thinking about that. I was like, can I do this at work? Can I, go to work and, play games?
Like Apex Legends?
That would be sick, dude.
Or do you have to be, on the same Wi-Fi? Because that would be fucking stupid.
I don't know. That would be kind of stupid. That's probably what it is. Let's see. Nintendo has revealed its latest Labo set, the VR kit.
I saw this, yeah.
And it's perhaps the most significant one yet. While the basic blah blah blah, it goes on. Basically, it's $80 if you want to get all the bells and whistles, or if you just want the starter set, it's $40. I'm not expecting this to be crazy good VR or anything, you know.
That's for kids.
Yeah, but at the same time, me being the VR interested person that I am, and enthusiast, and also lacking the space to play traditional VR, I'm very interested in giving this a whirl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, speaking of which, David Stanley, creator of Skeletak, actually sent me a message about this whenever he saw it. He was like, Nintendo Labo VR is intriguing. In the promo image, I see every kid physically holding the Switch/lens to their faces.
Right.
I wonder,
there's no strap or anything.
Yeah, he's like, I wonder if it could be testing the VR waters again safely to justify something more permanent down the line.
Oh, that's exactly what it's doing. I mean, if you look at the little message from Nintendo whenever it announced it, it said that Labo VR is a friendly, safe starter place for VR or something. So it kind of alluded to hey, this is a good place to start if you've never done VR before. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
So it's like baby's first VR.
Yeah, kind of.
But it says, Dave also said, let me ask you, as a Switch owner, how is the weight of the screen with Joy-Cons detached? Would the current screen be too heavy to comfortably wear it on your face with lens attachments?
I mean, if it was just hanging there, I think the displacement of the Switch screen versus the nothing, you'd have to have some kind of counterweight on the back of your head.
I think he's thinking that. I think he's talking about maybe if they made a helmet that you just slide it in, kind of like the dock.
It would be heavier than a PSVR, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be pretty heavy. The other thing, the weird thing about it is I don't think VR works that way. Where you can't just take a flat screen and turn it into having eye tracking and all this stuff.
Well, what it's doing, I don't know if you've seen the actual thing. It's basically doing the same thing as the phone VR. It's got little lenses, and you're putting the Switch
in the lenses.
In the lenses, so you're looking through the lenses at the Switch. So theoretically, and this is just what I'm assuming is going to happen, it's going to split the Switch into two screens, which will be your right and left eye, and then each eye will be magnified by the lenses. And
okay. One thing that bothers me though is that I don't trust putting my Switch on something that could potentially just fall because I'm holding it up. On my face.
I mean, I'm sure that they have thought that through.
They just give you some yarn
to
hang around your neck.
I doubt it's that flimsy, you know what I mean?
Just goes with some duct tape to strap to your forehead.
I don't know about you, but I feel like my Switch is pretty like, I'm less worried about it breaking than my other consoles. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but I just, like, I look at it and I'm like,
Oh, I'm not.
Feeling pretty good about this.
I, dropped it and thought I, destroyed it one time. And it fell on carpet. The thing is, like, it just feels like I'm holding a screen in my hand, which is what I'm doing.
You are, yeah.
And it's kind of like a mushy screen. It's like one of those ones where, like, if you push a little too hard on it, you could tell that, like, it would do that weird, like, zigzaggy thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm so afraid of. It happened to my Game Boy Micro back in the day.
It's true.
Anyways.
Let's see. Two more for you. Valve has officially blocked Rape Day. So
hell yeah, fucking.
So there you go.
Sociopathic Rape Day.
Can't be raping people on Valve on Steam. Nope.
This just in: man who made Rape Day has raped several people, to no one's surprise.
For real though. And last but probably least. Just Cause 4 is now on Game Pass, which is only really relevant because it just came out like a month or two
it didn't
ago.
do too hot.
No, but it is a brand new game, so I mean,
but
anything new I feel like is worth checking out.
Yeah, it only didn't do hot because apparently it's more of the same. But I've never played any of them really, except for a demo.
They're not bad games. So. I mean, if you like sandbox games, like if you just can't get enough of like Saints Row and that kind of shit, then you'll probably
love it.
But if it's very generic when it comes to, like, it does everything. Like, you've seen it done in other games better. I guarantee it. Every cool aspect, except for there's one thing about Just Cause that's dope, is that you have this gun that can like link shit together, and that's really fun.
Yeah, I think that's why people play it. It's like a hook shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks dope.
You can like drag people behind your car, or like link two cars together and like fly a fucking jet through them. I mean, it gives you a lot of fun. It's kind of like, I don't know if you ever played Mercenaries back in the day. It kind of has that same like fun feeling as Mercenaries. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems very physicsy, but
the
also
new one's supposed to have like dynamic storms. Yeah, like
weather. Mm-hmm. Oh, love weather. Anyways, so let's move on to this week's releases, where I'm going to let you guys know which games are coming out in the next 7 days. Starting with Reiko, which is Rico, coming to Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC on March 14th for $29.99. Reiko is a first-person buddy cop shooter inspired by modern action cinema. In the game, you and a friend play as a pair of loose cannon police partners, given 24 hours to crack a case as part of an elite Reiko task force. That actually sounds interesting. I'm down for that. If it's co-op, that sounds really cool.
Hey, yeah, we need to be thinking about these games as one of our games we could play on Thursday.
We should see if Reiko's co-op. And then if it's a small enough game, we should hit up the developers. But anyways, The Division 2 is now coming on March 15th. Xbox One, PS4, PC for $59.99. And then we got One Piece World Seeker coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC on March 15th for $59.99.
Okay.
Set Sail in One Piece World Seeker, an open-world action-adventure game set in the popular world of the One Piece anime series. Featuring the swashbuckling spirit of the beloved series, One Piece World Seeker lets fans explore a brand new world from the perspective of series protagonist Straw Hat Luffy.
Cool.
Yeah. Now this one I'm excited for. Turok Dinosaur Hunter Remaster is coming to Switch on March 18th.
Oh, dope.
For $19.99. Apparently this is the classic like read or the
like GameCube
synopsis.
remaster or
no, there was never a remaster of Turok.
I'm tripping.
This is like apparently some company that like they go and they get old games and then like just port them to newer consoles. It's not really a remaster, so it's like basically the same game, but
hey, that's cool with me.
Yeah, like they just somehow get around the license for it or something. But they're the ones doing System Shock and like some other ones that they're bringing to the. Remember, because we talked about Turok coming later.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know it was coming so soon.
Well, it's already out on Xbox and PS4 and PC. It's just coming to Switch now.
That's the only thing I'd probably consider playing it on a Switch.
But see, I got to read this because apparently it's the old synopsis from the actual game.
Oh, cool.
Take on prehistoric predators of all shapes and sizes as Turok Dinosaur Hunter. The 14 high-tech weapons that you'll use in your strides to obliterate the scaled beasts include knives, a tech bow, a grenade launcher, a pulse rifle, a quad rocket launcher, and an atomic fusion cannon. This single-player adventure takes you through 3D worlds as you scale surfaces and swim underwater to take out razor-toothed raptors, triceratops, pterodactyls, and even alien marauders. This dangerous world has lots of surprises waiting for you, with additional obstacles like swinging logs, spiked branches, and crushing rock falls. Sound difficult? At least you'll be able to pick up health, ammo, and weaponry along the way to give you a leg up on your enemies. You'd better be on your toes if you hope to stay alive in this revolutionary trip through time.
That's awesome.
It's like breaking the fourth wall.
Oh, shit, dude.
Dude, there's going to be rock falls in it. Crushing rock falls.
All these big promises.
Yeah, dude. Health, ammo.
You can pick up health and ammo.
Holy fuck, dude.
Not even joking.
Yeah, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil is better, though. That's what I'm waiting for. That's also coming to Switch soon.
Cool.
But anyways, we got Fate/Extella Link. Coming to PS4.
Fate/ another fucking Fate/ game.
Yeah, Fate/Extella Link. Coming to PS4, Vita, Switch, and PC on March 19th for $49.99. Picking up where the story ended in Fate/Extella, the Umbral Star, Fate/Extella Link expands the roster of playable servants with 10 new, or is it servants? Servants.
No, either
with
way.
10 new legendary heroes added to the original selection of 16. And then we got Truberbrook coming to Xbox One, PS4, Switch, Mac, PC, and Linux on March 12th for $34.99. Enjoy an adventurous vacation to a 1960s parallel universe. Truberbrook is a thrilling mystery sci-fi adventure game designed with handmade scenery. Imagine yourself on a vacation to Europe in the late 60s. Now, picture yourself as a young American scientist, Hans Tannhauser. Yes, that's your name in this scenario. While you're at it, think of Truberbrook, a remote village in rural, mountain-sloped, and densely forested Cold War Germany, because that's where you somehow end up after hitting the continent. But who cares? You won the trip in a lottery, or at least that's how it seems. But don't fear. Instead of getting some rest, you could find yourself having to save the world. None of that made sense. None of that.
First of all, if you're American, why is your name... Well, never mind.
Because you're a spy. You're a spy.
Too much going on there.
American Ninja Warrior Challenge coming to Xbox One,
Are you fucking
Switch,
kidding
and
me?
PS4.
Giselle is just like a playable character.
Dude, that would be dope. On March 19th for $39.99. In American Ninja Warrior Challenge, players compete on daunting obstacle courses from the hit show to achieve total victory and earn the American Ninja Warrior title, while show hosts Matt Eisman and Akbar Gababajimala Gabajabiamila.
This is how normal people feel when they're trying to read your last
I know. How normal people.
No, I'm just kidding. That's
No, I feel that though. Nah, players can test their skills with friends and family in couch multiplayer mode, or take on the challenging career mode to train and compete all the way to Mount Midoriyama. Anyways.
Can't believe that's a game, dude.
Dude, we should get that and play co-op. That would be fun. See who can become...
How do you even play co-op in American
Or not
Ninja?
co-op. You play against each other. Versus, dude.
Okay, yeah. That's what
I would be the American Ninja Warrior.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty much a Ninja Warrior, so...
I don't know about all that. Anyways, Why is everything so hard to pronounce right now? Sephirotic Stories is coming to Xbox One, PC, and mobile on March 15th for $14.99.
That's never gonna blow up just because of the name.
Yeah,
you know?
People wouldn't be able to say it, or they'd call it Seph. But Shindoa, a world protected by Sinfaroth. However, with the power of the world tree having begun to wane, countless people have been overcome by an encroaching murk that has transformed them into monsters. And anyways, we got Blood Waves coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC on March 15th for $9.99. Blood Waves is a hardcore and bloody shooter where you will have to repel the attacks of the living dead using the destroying traps, defensive barricades, and also weapons of close and long-range combat. Destroy zombies, get the cash, and prepare yourself for the next wave. Okay, and then we got... What a brand new idea. Then we got SNK 40th Anniversary Collection coming to PS4 on March 19th for $39.99. And that already came out to Switch like last year. Mm-hmm. It was like an exclusive. But now
it's like a fighting game.
Not just a fighting game. It's like all the classic fighting games. Like from SNK. It's the collection, dude.
Oh, excuse me.
You're like, it's like a fighting game.
Well, I mean, it's like the Street Fighter collection or some shit. It's all just the same game with a different number behind it. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
Can you really tell the difference between Street Fighter 1, 2, and 3? Like,
maybe, dude. Maybe. No, one's faster, and that's why it's called Turbo. You know what I'm saying?
Is it really?
Yeah.
So it's actually Turbo is faster?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it's like the arcade game came out, so it was like Street Fighter was a lot slower than Street Fighter 2 Turbo or whatever.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Now I know.
I know. Does it matter though? No. But now you do. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't get fighting games. Anyways, The Wizards Enhanced Edition coming to PS4 on March 12th. I couldn't find a price for this, but The Wizards is an action-adventure VR game with a unique system of casting spells with hand gestures and acclaimed narration and voice acting by Jason Momoa?
Momoa? That's the guy who that's Aquaman, bro.
It literally says Momoa.
Maybe it's not Jason.
Maybe
it's just like the guy is like kind of looks like him. He's like the Walmart version.
What if the one good thing your game had going for you was misspelled and everyone just missed it?
Oh, dude, that'd be sad.
I don't know. Y'all go find out if it's actually Momoa. But anyways, Satisfactory is coming to PC on March 19th for $29.99. Welcome to Fix-It Incorporated, a company specialized in the research, development, and application of new technology and science. Anything to find short-term solutions to long-term problems. As part of our brand new Save the Day program, you'll be sent to one of many alien planets in an effort to contribute to Project Assembly, a project I am legally bound to not tell you anything about for fear of our lives. And my job, Satisfactory, is an FPS open-world factory building sim. You play as an engineer on an alien planet as part of the Save the Day program. You won't only be constructing and automating the very factory that will contribute to Project Assembly, but also explore and exploit the planet and its inhabitants as you expand.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, so that's basically it for this week's releases.
Cool. Got some good stuff going on there.
Yeah, dude. Let's jump on over to currently playing. Brent, what are you playing? Are you going to tell us?
Man, I've been playing a lot of stuff, man. Just a whole lot of stuff, man. I was playing a lot of that Tomb Raider, you know. I started off playing that, and like I remembered that I like
I don't care.
I don't care. No, I don't know. Like, the thing about Tomb Raider is it's fun. I just got kind of tired of it. You know what I mean?
Did you
It's like the same
any
thing.
tombs?
I raided a few tombs, you know. It's the same as, like, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, I don't dislike the game, but it just didn't grab me and pull me in, so I'll probably come back to it later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was, like, bored, and I was like, I don't know, I need something to do. So I got a free trial of PlayStation Now, and I started like comparing like because my parents' internet quality sucks, so I was like, this will be a fun little test, you know. So I started playing like demanding games versus not so demanding games. So I played like Steep and like Everyone's Gone to the Rapture and stuff for like the demanding side, you know. And I only had a few little jitters. Like the graphic quality was noticeably worse on Steam, but it played okay. I mean, not Steep, excuse me. But it played okay, and I don't know, it had a jitter every now and then, but it was playable, and I have like pretty bad internet. But then I played like Destroy All Humans and Red Faction, like the old school, and those played like perfectly, obviously.
Really?
Like the classic PS2 games, and PS3 games even play pretty good, but the PS2 games are like super, super good how they like stream,
Nice.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I played a little bit of Resident Evil Code Veronica, which is just the top-down controls, like, it's so hard for me. I just can't do it,
Damn.
The shooting and stuff, it was just really fucking difficult. I was not into it.
Yeah, and it's also, you got to be feeling it. Like, that's the thing about those old ones. It's like, if you're not in the mood, it ain't happening.
Well, then I tried to play 4, and I wasn't really feeling 4 either. Like, something about the controls of 4 are fucking hard as fuck, too. Like, I don't know. You can tell it was made with, like, a weird controller in mind. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really use the right stick like you do in a modern game. Like, it's not how I remember it. You know what I mean?
No, it's it came out on GameCube in like PS2, I think, after GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like, it is weird to go back and play old games. Is that what you've been playing?
I played that, and then let's see, I played Dead or Alive 5 a little bit, which is on
Game Pass?
Not Game Pass, the PlayStation.
Oh, PlayStation
version,
okay.
PlayStation Now or whatever.
Yeah.
So I played Dead or Alive 5. What's interesting is they have Dead or Alive 5 and they have Dead or Alive 5 Last Round on PlayStation Now. And both of these games I didn't really like because they're the pay-to-play subscription model or whatever, But when you're playing it on PlayStation Now, it's got all the stuff unlocked already, so you don't have to buy all the shit. And if you have the game all together like that, it's actually a pretty decent entry in the Dead or Alive series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I hated on it a lot, but I think it's better than the most recent one that came out, despite it looking worse. You know what I mean? But Dead or Alive 5 Last Round has a lot more characters and stuff, and it's just weird that they have them both on there.
Yeah, that is very strange.
And Dead or Alive 5 Last Round came out in this generation of consoles. The other one came out on the last generation, so one's noticeably worse looking. I think the reason they have them both on there is so if you have like a shitty internet connection, you can play the less graphically demanding one.
Yeah,
you know
that
what
makes
I mean?
sense.
I don't know. That's just my thought on that. I played Dragon's Lair a little bit, which is a game I used to love as a kid. And now as an adult, I'm like, why the fuck did I play this shit? It was fucking hard as fuck. I don't know. I'm not into that. It's pretty looking. The art style's great, but it's a classic, but I'm just like, ugh, no.
Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, dude. Old school, bro.
Like the arcade game?
It was an arcade game, but it was also an at-home game. The versions are both very different. You can play either version on the PlayStation Now.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. They also had Dragon's Lair 2 and Space Ace, but after just getting my ass trashed in Dragon's Lair, I was like, okay, no, I'm not even going to try Dragon's Lair 2 or Space Ace. And then I played a little bit of Dead Space 3, which is fucking awesome, man. The Dead Space games are super underrated, like how action-packed they are.
Well, I don't think that's the case. I think the first one was loved because it was like bringing back Resident Evil from like a past time. And then the second one got more actiony, and then the third one even more.
It's hard to say that it's like bringing back Resident Evil because, like,
well, no, not the third one, only the first one.
Well, even the first one, they're all the same. No, like I don't give a shit.
First one's not actiony.
The first one is totally actiony. Every second of the first one, it has some sort of action. There's like no breathing room in the first one, and the same goes for the second and third. Like they're super action-packed games. And that's not the part of the game that's unlike Resident Evil. To me, it's the lack of, like, resource management and collection and stuff. Like, you're never, stressed about, like, oh, do I have a green herb? Or do I have fucking enough bullets for my little saw gun or whatever, It's like, if that was the case, then maybe I'd see it a little more like Resident Evil, Well,
I think the reason that, like, the first one gets associated with that is just because it's, like, more ambient. Like, it's more about your surroundings being terrifying and, like, these creatures, and it's like over the shoulder and like just like you're I don't know, it just reminded me of that. It's like Evil Within.
You're not the only person who makes that connection, you really aren't. And even I think the creators kind of were going for that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I think we're past the point where if you have guns in a horror game, it's like basically Resident Evil. I don't know, because
True.
like there's so
but at
much.
the time it wasn't.
True that.
That when it first came out, that was the first time in a long time we had that type of survival horror.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's the thing about Dead Space that really sticks out to me, because like it's not like a crazy original concept or anything. Like it's the pace of the game. Like the movie Crank is a good example.
Yeah.
Like you're constantly. There's something new going on throughout the whole game. Like your mission objectives are never too like long and drawn out or anything. It's like go here and then you're halfway there and all of a sudden the whole fucking spaceship explodes and your whole objective changes and like it's like it's really
a Michael
good.
Bay movie.
It's good for like ADD people like me who don't want to focus on one thing for too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's got a lot going for it in that respect. But yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun with that. And then, I don't know. I got tired of all that too. And then I started playing UFC 3 again.
Went right back around.
But this time I'm challenging myself. I'm like trying to play through it Fire Emblem style, where it's like...
you lose.
If I lose, I lose. So like I wanted to have a career where I become the double champion, but if I lose, I lose. You know what I mean? So, like, in order to become the double champion, you can have, like, a loss or two on your way to become champion the first time.
But the second time.
But once you become the champion, you can't lose again until you become double champ. That was my goal.
Can you become triple champ?
No, unfortunately. I don't know why.
Okay.
That'd be dope if they had made it that way. But,
Yeah.
But like, so my first attempt at this, I played for, like, 4 or 5 hours, and I got all the way to like the double champ fight with only one loss on my record, and then I got beat.
Fuck, dude.
And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna replay the fight. I'm just gonna start over completely. So I put another like 4 hours into the game, built a girl character, and the only fight I got all the way to double champ, and I won double champ. The only fight I lost my whole like career as the girl fighter was one where I was like I was winning the fight super fucking hardcore. Like I was just basically like, there's no way I'm gonna lose. So I'm like kind of toying with her, like just like hitting her once and like trying to see how many times I can like wobble her before I knock her out, And I like threw a leg kick and she did like a leg kick check and like it broke my leg. I lost the fight, dude. So my only loss on my record was just because I was like playing around trying to like hurt the person more than I needed to. Like,
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
broke your fucking leg, but you did become the double champ, though.
I did. I finally got double champ status with like. So now I'm gonna do it on the difficulty up, but that's gonna be really hard. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to Fire Emblem in that one. So.
I don't know, man. You're already the double champ. Might as well take it.
I'm just trying to get good enough to where when I get my online service back, I'm like beating people online.
Yeah. That doesn't really translate.
Anyways, but yeah. So there you go. That's what I've been playing.
Cool. So I actually got to play some Apex Legends with Aaron on PC. That was pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
His first game, I got to play with him.
What do you think of it?
I think he liked it.
It's pretty fun.
You could
right?
tell, like within like 3 matches, he already knew more than I did. Like
Right.
it's Aaron playing a video game. So like he was like, it's like I could see him at his computer desk, and I could like just see the numbers, the ones and the zeros just coming down. Like it is funny because like as soon as I got on, like the guy that was on there with us, I was like, I forgot what something happened, but it was pretty funny because like we didn't know he could, or I didn't know he could hear what me and Aaron were saying, and like he just started laughing like hardcore. Just having one of our normal conversations because like what the fuck. No, but anyway, so that was cool. I played a lot of Apex Legends, and then I downloaded Star Wars Republic Commandos, which is free for gold, or is it Games Pass? I can't remember, but one of the two, and I got it. And I've been playing through that, and that's actually, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
You can remap the buttons to where it's almost like basically modern controls. The only difference is that there's no sprint. so it's not too off.
That's how a lot of games are. I've been doing that with a lot of my old school games I've been playing lately.
Just like remap them to like modern.
Oh, I noticed that one thing that's really common in like old PlayStation games is to have the shooting buttons on the top bumpers instead of the bottom bumpers. I don't know why. That seems fucking dumb as fuck to me. So I always remap the R1 to R2 and R2 to R1. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, and there's not two triggers. Oh, well, I guess like you have the bumpers on the Xbox One, but like I
had the white and black button.
Well, that's what so like I switched the white and black to the bumpers, and so I make the right bumper to throw grenades, and then the left bumper to like switch through like
that's way better.
The scanner,
especially if you like. I don't know if you've gone back and played like Enter the Matrix or something like that, where the white and black buttons are actually really important. Like on Enter the Matrix, the white and black buttons. The black button shoots the gun. So like on the original Xbox controller, you'd be like pushing down here to shoot your gun. It's one of everybody's like big criticisms of the game. You know,
I forgot about that.
So like if you remap the fucking gun button up here, it makes a lot more sense. You know what I mean? It feels like twice as good. Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. They have it on there?
No, but it is backwards compatible, I think.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. But yeah, so I've been playing through that. That's a really interesting story now that I'm an adult and playing it. And then also like how you start out as a, like a baby, and then like like the alien's like, oh, you're going to be a special clone, like it's really funny seeing like the animation of the baby. The hands are just stiff and right in front of you, and like anywhere you look, the hands just move with you. But like, yeah, I mean, other than that, it's pretty fun. But it was too easy. So I'm playing, like, I didn't beat it yet, but I turned the difficulty up to hard, and then I took off like any help with aiming and like all that stuff, and just trying to like completely like strategy the game, use all my strats. So we're seeing how that goes.
Hell yeah, dude.
But that's basically what I've been playing, and some other stuff on Switch, like Tetris 99. And I was waiting for my refund to come in, and now I don't know what game I want to get now that I have money to get a game.
Dude, that's my thing. I've got enough money to get a game right now, but it's like I want that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just not feeling anything. Maybe Division.
When Days Gone comes out, I'll probably pick that up. I don't know. I want something like that's gonna have me on the edge of my fucking seat. I want something that I don't have to like work too hard to play, with like a really interesting story. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Something like popcorn game.
I want something like God of War, but like better.
I want the best game of the year,
but better,
dude. Anyways, so that's what we've been playing. Let us know what you've been playing in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak-podcast. And now we're going to jump into the topic of the show. And this week's topic of the show is part 2 of our best-selling games of the decades.
Oh, yeah, boy.
We're in the 80s now, guys. This is the best-selling games of the 80s.
Okay.
We're going to start with number 10. Number 10 is Pitfall.
Oh.
Which came out on April 20th, 1982. It was published by Activision. Came out on the Atari 2600. And it sold over 4 million copies. The exact figures are not known, though.
Wow.
But I specifically remember playing on the Atari 2600 in my living room of my first house, playing Pitfall, and just being so amazed at like the freedom that game offered.
I didn't get a chance to really use an Atari until I was like an adult.
Really?
Yeah.
It like... I just remember it being so beautiful to me. Yeah. I mean, but the Atari, it wasn't a big deal with my family either, because we had an SNES at the same time. So like, or not an SNES, an NES at the same time,
which is way better.
Yeah, way better. But Pitfall was something that I didn't have on NES. But like, it might have been on there. But anyways, like, I just remember playing it and enjoying it. But that came out in 1982, way before I was born.
Yeah, 10 years before I was born.
So I didn't have to play it on that Atari. My parents wanted to, I guess. Anyways, then we got... hold on, let me make sure this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they gave 2 for 10. Like, there's 2 number 10s. Why? I don't know. I think it's because
maybe
they're
they
so
both
close.
sold the same amount, pretty much.
Yeah, and so number 10, or 10-2 is Excite Bike.
Oh, okay.
Which came out the 30th of November, 1984, on the NES with 4.16 million. So
84, you said?
84. Yeah, 2 years after Pitfall.
Cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyways, let's look at number 9. Do you know?
Is Excite Bike on the NES games on the... It is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's
on the Switch?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
On the NES Classic stuff. Or not Classic. What the fuck is that? It is on the Classic, though, isn't it?
I think it is called the NES. Oh, no. I don't even know.
Yeah, the NES Online. Or no, Switch Online. God damn it. Anyways. So number 9 is Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Came out 14th of January, 1987 on the NES, and it sold 4.38 million. Which
I think that's my least favorite Zelda game.
It's definitely one of my least favorite ones. I like how you can, like, to heal you, basically, just get laid.
Like you basically just get laid.
Like, you go into, like, the town, and the chick's like, come in here if you want to, like, get healed, and she's wearing like a red dress and
boy,
like, yeah, dude,
the first prostitute scene in a game. No,
basically Link just fucking lays the Master Sword,
bing,
dog.
Bing, bing, dong, bing.
That's a Pokemon.
Hey, he's poking that mon, man. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. So then we got number 8, The Legend of Zelda. Came out February 21st, 1986. On the NES, and it sold just a measly 6.51 million.
Just a measly 6.51 million.
It's for The Legend of Zelda. Like,
you have to think about like how many like people owned a console back then, though.
Oh, wait till we get to number 1. You're gonna be like, damn, I guess that is not a lot. So my thing is, like, that's a small number for Zelda. I always imagine Zelda sold fucking crazy, but
yeah.
Anyways, then we got Pac-Man. For number 7, which came out March 1982 on to multiple things, but it came from Atari, and it sold 7 million.
7 million?
7 million. I keep saying the point because like
7 million.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's awesome.
Leave it to me to math, dude.
I bet Miss Pac-Man sold more, huh?
Well, not according to this list.
Oh, okay, just kidding. JK.
Number 6, Super Mario Bros. 2, came out in 1988. Now, this was on our 90s one as well, right? No, it wasn't. No, I lied. Okay, but anyways,
we had a game that came out around this time.
We had a couple that are gonna make another appearance here because they came out. The 90s list was like, it took things from 1989 as well. I don't know why. Maybe it's the fiscal year or something like that. So it's like, I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
But I didn't make these lists. Anyways, so I guess the fiscal year wouldn't make sense either because then it would just be in that 1 year. Whatever.
Probably has to do with like Japanese releases and American releases and like
true. I didn't think about
like
that. Then we got Super Mario Super Mario Bros. 2 came out on the 1st of September 1988 on the NES. It sold 7.46 million copies.
Damn.
Then for number 5, we have Super Mario Bros. 3. Came out the 23rd of October 1988. Came out the same year as Super Mario Bros. 2.
Wow.
Like, they put out 2 like like mainline.
2
Mario
was pretty
Bros.
much already done when they picked up the project. They just put a skin on it,
But can you imagine like 2 fucking Halos coming out in 1 year?
I bet 3 was originally 2, and they're like, oh fuck it, we'll just make 3. 2, 3.
No, because 2 was already. Remember, it came out.
Oh, you're right. The Lost Levels or whatever.
Yeah. So
for sure.
we got Doki Doki.
Doki.
Oh. But okay, so that sold 17.28 million copies. So Super Mario Bros. 2 sold 7.46. Super Mario Bros. 3 sold 17.28. Like, it jumped a whole fucking 10 million copies sold.
I mean, I'm not surprised just because 3 is a significantly better game. You know
It
what
is,
I mean?
yeah.
But it's like...
But maybe more people or the video games were rising in popularity by that time.
Definitely. That means that we're about to see a big shift in, like, everything.
Yeah, so Super Mario Land.
That's another one we saw on the other list.
Yep, this is 1989. Came out for the Game Boy. It sold 18.14.
You know, I bet it's on the list because most of the copies it sold were probably sold in the fucking 90s. You know what I mean? Like, I bet it came out and then sold most of its copies during the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like right there at the end of the decade. And then we got Duck Hunt, number 3. Came out on the 21st of April in 1984. This came to NES. This one sold 28.31 million copies.
I'm not surprised with that sweet ass light gun it came with.
Oh, yeah,
you
dude.
had to have that shit, dude.
The Zapper,
yeah,
dude. Is that what it was called? No, that's
think
the
so.
Wii Zapper.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't know what that was.
I think it was
called.
just called the light gun.
Maybe
I don't know.
the fucking light gun. I'm gonna look
That shit
that
was
up.
the best though.
Yeah. Then we got Tetris, number 2. The consensus on official release date is, so this is why Tetris was on the 90s one, but there's no consensus on an official release date. They say it could have been between 1984 and 1989. Like, why that is, I don't know. It was a Russian game, so like
that's weird.
But it sold 30.26 million.
Damn.
Now, to top it all off.
That's interesting because the Game Boy Tetris was our 90s winner.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. There's no consensus for like an official release date on the game itself. Like, I guess.
Yeah, but this is like the OG Tetris.
NES, yeah.
The NES, yeah.
But it says for multiple though, so it might have been for Game Boy as well, which came out in the 80s.
Yeah,
the late 80s. But anyway, so Super Mario Bros. Takes number 1, takes the cake on the 13th of September 1985 for the NES. Sold 40.24 million. So compare that to The Legend of Zelda, which sold 4 million copies. 4 million to 40 million fucking copies.
It's also interesting that Super Mario Bros. 1 sold 40 million copies. Super Mario Bros. 2 only sold like 5 or 6 million. And then Super Mario Bros. 3 sells, what, like 20 million or something?
17.
That's interesting, right?
So it goes up and down, but nothing's going to top the 40 million because Super Mario Bros., was just fucking, like, it was, I guess it came with every NES, I imagine.
Yeah, sure.
That has to be the case. And then
I think so. I mean, I can't remember a situation where I was at somebody's house and, like, they had an SNES or an NES and they didn't have Super Mario Bros. You know what I mean?
And
like
it came on that like 3-game disc where it had Duck Hunt as well, and then like the fucking track meet game.
Oh yeah, dude.
You just fucking smack the pads. That's what I remember. Is there anything specifically from these 80s games that you any history?
All the 80s games that come to mind to me are like Legends of Cryandia and like old school like fucking Sierra games, like the point and click kind of style. I was really into like Windows games back then,
Speaking of which, I think they're adding some new games to the Switch Online. I think either might be on the 18th or maybe before that. We didn't mention this earlier, but one of those games is Tropic. What's it called? Something Tropics, Star Tropics, which is basically like a game that has like a very strange genre. It's like almost like I think it's like a Sim City builder that like. But it's also like an RPG or some bullshit.
Oh, cool.
It's very strange, but apparently a lot of people like the Star Tropics. So,
is there usually they don't just put one game on?
There's one other one, but it was less that's a game of note or whatever.
You know what I would love for them to put on there is like Punch Out. I think that would be great.
Punch Out would be cool, but I think you just want that because you keep playing, fucking UFC.
probably. But I mean,
it's a good game.
That doesn't mean I don't want it.
I do want that. If
honestly, I would rather them wait for the Super Nintendo and put Super Punch out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just me. I want some Super Nintendo games, man. There's some sweet Super Nintendo. Like, oh man, there's a good Kirby game on Super Nintendo. There's a bunch of good Mario games. There's a lot of great,
good shit.
Super Nintendo, I think, had one of the better rosters.
When Mario Kart, like,
oh, bro,
dude, why is there no SNES right
and think
now?
about the cool like 2-player shit you can play. There's a lot of good 2-player games on Super Nintendo.
Way more than NES, and like, I mean, oh my god, A Link to the Past.
Not to mention that shit would be looking crispy on that HD TV. You know what I mean?
Saying, dude. I want to play through A Link to the Past again, and like, just
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get the remake, dude.
Or Super Mario RPG, like. Imagine that.
I would love to play that again.
Oh my god, dude. So cool.
There's some good N64 games that I would love for them to put on there. I know that's probably a reaching, but
And GameCube. And like there's a bunch of shit they need to put on there.
Honestly, I don't think it would hurt them that much to put some good N64. They'll probably put an N64 classic out before they put N64 games on there,
Which is dumb. It's like, take care of the people on the Switch first.
True. But I understand why they would put out an N64 Classic. It makes sense. Especially with the PlayStation Classic coming out recently.
Which failed miserably, but...
I still want one really bad, dude. A lot of people hate on it, but I would love to have one.
Well, they're hating on it because of the way that... apparently, even the ROMs they put on there are, like, the worst kind. Like, I don't know anything about ROMs, but I was listening to some people talk about it who did know stuff about it, and they were like, they chose, like, an outdated way to put the ROMs on there, and they have issues and stuff like that.
I'll probably wait for it to go on sale.
Yeah, definitely. For $100 fucking dollars?
Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, I would probably pay, like, 30 or 40 for it. Honestly, I'm about to live on the same property as my girlfriend's brother, and his brother's wife has one of those, and I'm sure she would let me borrow it and play through a few of the games. You know what I mean? So I could probably just do that.
She's like, I'll give you $10.
Right.
Give me. Anyway, so that's it for this week's topic of the show. Next week, we're going to round it off with the 20s. No, I'm just kidding. We just go all the way back to fucking the 2000s. So that
2000
little decade.
2000 to 2010. Yeah.
That's considered the 2000s because right now we're in the 2010s.
We're in the 10s?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, and we'll be in the 20s.
Where it's about to be over, bro.
We're about to be in the 20s,
the
dude.
roaring 20s again. Dude.
Yeah, dude. This time it's gonna be the whoring 20s. It's gonna be hot, dude. No slut shaming. We're just gonna be out here whoring, dude. Yep. Anyways,
so this week in gaming.
No, we gotta go to the People's Champ.
Oh, I'm sorry, the People's Champ.
This week in gaming.
I was just gonna tell you guys all about the history of games real quick, but you don't get to hear about that.
No, I guess not. I guess we gotta talk to these people.
Let's see. Okay, we've got one question today.
Ooh.
So, Thomas Shepard, you are the default champion.
Thomas Shepard, I have not heard from you in a minute.
I know, it's good to hear from you, brother. He says, what is the best demo disc game you had?
Oh, God, that's tough.
I'll tell you right now, Psychonauts.
Was that you had a demo disc of that?
I had a demo disc of it, and it was so good that I went out and bought the game the next day.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
See,
one of the few times where I played a demo of something, I've been like, fuck, I gotta have this.
There was one game, that now that I think about it, I remember. Okay. I was really obsessed with the SpiderMan 2 game that came out, on the GameCube and everything.
Yeah, that was a good game.
So around that time, they had an Incredible Hulk game that came out that was very similar.
Yeah.
And I played the shit out of that demo.
Yeah,
that
demo.
one, just constantly, because it's a big open world. You get a limited time to run through it and just smash everything and play around. It was a cool playground. And then also the one that came before it that was based on the one that where Ed Norton. No, it wasn't Ed Norton. Whoever the guy before Ed Norton was.
Eric Bana.
Eric Bana was the whole. They made a movie about that one, then it came out on GameCube, or they made a game about that on GameCube, and they had a demo for it, and it was so whack, but I loved it so much, dude. I played that demo over and over and over again. Because you could, like, fucking fight these tanks and, like, just fucking... I was, like, dodging fucking missiles and shit. And, like, I was just picturing myself as the Hulk. It was so dope.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but those are some good memories I've had with some demos. But, like, I mean, if I go further back, there's, like, Siphon Filter.
Oh, yeah.
And, like...
There's one game
Medieval.
I remember very clearly, and I can't even remember what the game was called, but I had a demo for it, and, like, the point of the game was, like, you had, like, psychic powers, but you also were, like, like, you had a gun, too, you know? And, like, PsyOps. That's what the game was called, PsyOps.
Yeah, yep.
And it was fucking fun, dude. The demo was a lot of fun. Like, you had, like, pyrokinesis, and you could, like, levitate shit, and, like, it was cool. It was like the Force Unleashed with guns. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
That's
good
it.
question.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Thanks, Thomas.
Thanks, Thomas.
It's glad to hear from you again,
yeah,
man.
you're the people's champ. Congratulations. Welcome. So yeah, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on to This Week in Gaming History. Brent, take us back to a time when things were much simpler than now.
All right, we're going back to 2001.
Oh, so much simpler.
Such
that
a simple time.
Right there where 9/11 happened.
Oh, God.
Such a simple time. Yeah, when,
wow.
what was the date?
We got one March 13th, 2001.
Oh, okay, so we're before 9/11. Okay. Okay, so March, and what console?
I think this one's Dreamcast.
What's the genre?
It's like a shooter.
Like a first-person shooter?
Mm-hmm. But it has some third-person parts, too.
Is it Splinter Cell?
Mm-mm. It's like a competitive multiplayer thing.
Competitive multiplayer shoot. SOCOM? Maybe? Back then?
It was one of the first. It was like one of the OG ones. I think it was on Dreamcast when it first came out. But it was also on PC and stuff, too.
That's why it's really confusing to me. What is it?
Unreal Tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking like first-person shooter.
It is a first-person shooter.
No. I meant like, like a war shooter.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I went to SOCOM in my brain.
All right, here's one you'll never, ever, ever guess.
Oh, I'm going to guess it.
100 million years, you'll never guess this.
Let me try it.
The same year, 2001, March 15th, 2 days later. I think this was on PlayStation, or maybe GameCube or some shit. I don't know.
Genre?
It is. It's based on a children's TV show.
So, but what's the genre though?
Adventure.
Okay, it's like a platformer.
I guess so. Yeah.
Is it the Rugrats in Paris?
No.
Okay.
You're never gonna get it.
It's based on
I've already given you like way too many clues.
And it's like a TV show I know, right?
Oh yeah.
A kids' television show. So it was on PlayStation. Is it SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom?
Oh, you're so close, dude. No, it's not, but you're really, really, really close.
Okay. Is it SpongeBob the movie?
Oh, no. Come on. You're so close. SpongeBob SquarePants semicolon
that thing. I don't know. What is it?
The Legend of the Lost Spatula.
Oh, I would have never guessed that one. Never in a million years, dude. I knew it was SpongeBob.
I knew I could stump you one of these days, finally.
If it would have been Battle for Bikini Bottom, that would have been my bitch, dude.
He's close. That was close enough. That was close enough.
The Legend of the Lost Spatula.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that was a good game, actually.
Really?
Battle for Bikini Bottom got good reviews,
yeah, they were both pretty good. You know what was a weirdly good game?
Which one's that?
Shrek for the original Xbox.
That is a lie.
Dude,
you take that back.
I'm not taking
I
anything
played that.
back.
Are you talking about the fighter?
No, hell no, dude. I'm talking about the adventure game based on the movie.
The graphics were amazing.
There was a fighter?
Yeah, there was like a Shrek fighter.
That's dope.
Yeah, dude.
Who could you be?
Shrek, Fiona, Donkey, I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm making that shit up. But
that sounds awful, dude.
His Shrek fighter.
He just like does a fatality and he's like, I'm making waffles.
I'm making waffles. He just peels them like layers. Like onions.
onions. Where?
Oh my god.
That'd be brutal, dude. Shrektality. There's like ears poking off of the fatality thing, like Shrek ears.
No, my gumdrop buttons. You just rip his leg off. But anyways, remember, you've been listening to the game.
It just plays Smash Mouth on a loop the whole game.
But it's like a knockoff version because they couldn't afford like the license.
Oh, yes.
Anyways, GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. That's where you can go for this. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast directories. Be sure to submit any questions you want read on the show to GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on YouTube. All you have to do is search Create for Sanity. It's all one word. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel and Brent at Brent has one. That's the number 1. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners, later.